Let's kick it off. I'm your host, Steve, and I'm joined today by James and Ray, two people that have been asking to come on the pod all season. So I thought we'll kill two birds with one stone, and it's a fucking big stone because it's England, Argentina in the World Cup semi-final tomorrow. As we sit here and record, it's Tuesday. We've got Spain, France straight after this pod. So yeah, had to get a podcast in before the big game tomorrow. So I'm going to come to you, Waltz, first. Let's just tell me how you're feeling about the big game tomorrow against Argentina, World Cup semi-final.
Nervous, number one, more than anything. And it's weird because at the start of the tournament, I wasn't really expecting much. But I suppose now we're here, it's crunch time, and just the fear of playing Messi. First time that'll be as well for England to play Messi, which is mental. To be honest, it's never happened. But so that adds to the occasion even more. But yeah, we shall see. But yeah, we look all right. We could be better, but maybe we turn up in the bigger games. I've been watching Arsenal all season and we've not looked great, but we've won something, so hopefully it's the same thing.
Only took you 2 minutes to mention Arsenal there. We'll leave the Arsenal and Liverpool and United to the side for now.
From that, so don't worry. I just
you dropped it in anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, now obviously we'll come and talk more about Argentina, but I want to reel it back to that Norway game on Saturday. So I think the first thing to talk about is the conditions. We obviously watched it on TV and, we're not there, but from what everyone's saying, it's 40-degree heat, humidity. So Ray, I'm going to come to you on this one. I know you do your training, you're a coach. So any sympathy for the lads out there in those conditions?
Nah, 100%. I think the only thing I would say is to play devil's advocate is none of the Norwegian players are as acclimatized as it is.
That's true, yeah.
It instantly eliminates it and puts on an even playing field.
Yeah.
But I actually watched this game in Alicante. I was in Alicante this weekend.
Nice.
And I couldn't believe the amount of Norwegian fans. They were so many, honestly, hundreds on the streets. It was 50-50, if not 60-40 Norwegian fans. Yeah, the weather was a massive factor, but we just played the Azteca. And like I said, again, if you're going to chop one person's arm off and chop the other person's arm off, then both are handicapped in a certain sense. I don't feel like any of the Norwegian players in that sense, when it comes to the weather, had that. So we were playing on the same sort of playing field. But I felt like the England players did well, and it was. I've never been in a circumstance where I've been with so many Norwegian supporters as well. So the atmosphere was phenomenal.
Yeah.
All the bins out, they were doing the drum. It was a good way to watch a game.
Yeah, fair. And that's a great shout because I think we mentioned it on the last pod as well. Obviously conditions are tough, but Norway should be if anything, less used to it than England players. So it's a fair shout. And because I was watching it, I didn't think we played that well. Obviously we had a few decisions go our way in terms of the disallowed goal, right? So yeah, it was a tight game, and I'm bet watching it with Norwegians, Ray, it must have been feisty because it was a tight game.
It was people jumping up, screaming at each other's face. It was mad. They got the bins out and they were doing their Norwegian
the drum,
doing the Norwegian drum, and then so because they go rude, is rude the word they use, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So when Bellingham scored the second goal, the English fan jumped over, grabbed the bin, pulled over. I was going duck, Jew. All the England fans were speaking. It was a proper scene. It was it was all respect as well. And I was there the day before, and this was a big takeaway. I was there the day before for the Spanish. Remind me who they played
Spain,
against.
Belgium, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, and there was literally no atmosphere in Spain.
Yeah, that's mad.
Which was crazy. In comparison, you'd think we're in England or Norway next day.
Yeah, you'd expect the English to be out and about in Spain, but the Norway being out and about is a surprise.
Yeah, they're more Norwegians, 100%.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, just on the game, Waltz, I know obviously, do you still play football now? I know you've played in recent years.
Yeah, still playing, mate. Still playing. Got a few more seasons.
Still repping Old Windsor?
Old Windsor, massive, mate, yeah.
Good man.
Yeah.
So what did you make of the performance? Did you think we played well? Obviously, factor in the conditions, but like Ray said, both teams had those conditions. So how do you think we played in that game?
Well, you know what? I was watching it in the pub, so by the time the next morning came around, I completely forgot how we played. I just remember winning, but I actually rewatched the game after, and I think we were very sloppy and lost little things. We couldn't keep hold of the ball, and the heat. We have just played in Azteca as well, but like Ray said, Norway, same conditions. I think they were unlucky not to beat us on a performance based. game, but we just showed that grit, determination, which we've come used to just this tournament, really. And Jude, again, pulling us through, which sometimes all you need in the tournament. You look at Messi, I see a thing earlier, his chances created, most expected goals, most passes, and each of the 4 semi-finalists had numerous different people in different categories, and Argentina was Messi, 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 Messi. So they're more reliant on one player. I think we've got a much stronger overall team, especially the midfield. So hopefully stop Messi, and it should be a problem. But in terms of Norway game, we stopped Haaland. So I think that was first time in 14 games he hadn't scored for Norway, something along them lines. So that tells you everything about that game, that we still had the resilience. And it's nice to see John Stones at the back again, mate. As much as he was a bit shaky first half, I think everyone was. Subs helped. Each sub grew into the game, made a part, I think. And he got it right after a little bit of tinkering and Rice came off. But doesn't matter how you play at the end of the day. We're into last 4 of a World Cup. So
got the result, I guess. And Ray, you touched on it in terms of the English fans saying Jude on the drums, like he was the difference when he like that first goal. Like what a goal that was to get us back in the game.
100%, like some super finish. There was a bit of controversy around it hitting.
The camera was it the wire?
Wire, the camera. Not really sure.
I didn't know. I didn't know that for about 3 days on.
I think a big thing was with the game. I think it showed how much Jude's important in that 10. I think when we made that subs at half time, kind of like I think he had to change it a couple of times, not because like the midfield possession was bad, it was just slower possession, and we needed Jude up there, so that's why he brought Reece James on. I'm surprised Mainu ain't got no minutes either. Like because that looked like a like for like change with Rice, but there's obviously something that Tuchel wants to him because Reece is injured. James. So for him to come on after, and Eze, I'm not sure. He put Eze in the 10, did he? And then brought Jude back. In the 8. That's what it looked like on the pitch anyway. It just felt like he could have. I feel like Eze didn't look like. I felt like we lost the battle in midfield in the second, and that's why. And I thought defensively we were sound pretty much the whole game, but I think because that battle in midfield we just had a lot more pressure in the second half. So we were lucky to come out, and we were unlucky with the Harry Kane second goal in the end of the first half. He needs to be in that number 10. Box crashing, and like that's the reason why he's got that 6 goals.
That's the thing, and like some people were saying, like we'll come on to like the interviews after the game, but like it's quite clear Tuchel wasn't happy with the performance because like he said it in the interview, like he didn't think that we played well. I guess it's hard, isn't it? Because ultimately knockout football, it's results that matter at the end of the day. But if we flip it and say that disallowed goal didn't get disallowed and we lost 2-1, it's another Iceland like result in it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like the fine margins of sports. So obviously, thankfully, we did get it over the line. So let's just come on to that like post-match stuff. So obviously after the game, again, the players have just played 2 hours in that roasting heat. It went to extra time, obviously. So let's start with the Tuchel interview. So I mean, managers obviously have to give their opinion, right? So like James, from your perspective, especially you as a player, like I know your manager doesn't do interviews to like ITV and stuff, but still, would you have any like qualms with your manager calling you out and saying you didn't play well after winning the quarterfinal in 40-degree heat?
No, this whole sort of thing that's gone on with all the interviews, it always winds me up, just because I think at that elite level of football, obviously I'm a million miles away from that, but that elite level of football, you need to take the criticism, and I think where it stands, obviously he touched up on it in the end. Look, we'll celebrate now, but we've got work to do, and I think everything he said was fine. But I think the interviewer, which is just typical English media, is what it seems like. I was Gabriel Clark, was it? I think he'd done it. I just think some of the questions that they ask are just ridiculous, and they almost entice get the angry side out of the players and not let them enjoy it themselves. But obviously you could see Tuchel was clearly not happy, and he had a right to be. The performance wasn't good. I think everyone knows that. But then it comes on to the Jude doing it after, and then Gabriel Clark tells him that Tuchel said that. It's just like, I'm pretty sure he'd rather hear it from his manager first, but I guess that's what
shit's there of the wooden spoon, isn't it?
Yeah, he's just sort of snitched on him, really, hasn't he? But I thought Jude handled it well. I like that cockiness, that arrogance to it when his reply, and I'm sure they'll sort it out in the change room earlier, and there'll be no bad blood. That's going to carry on. I'm sure they both take it on the chin, and I'm sure the rest of the team can. But that's another sign of an elite manager, I think. One who's not afraid to call it out and not protect the players at every given moment. There's times you need to. Yeah, and I think he's done that by picking the squad, how he's picked the squad, and which in the semi-final not looked great, but I'm sure there's more to come, and I'm sure he'll get into them. So no worries about them interviews for myself.
So you're happy, Ray? You're obviously from a coaching perspective. Like, what do you? I don't know if you've seen it because you watched it in Alicante. Have you seen some of the fallout?
I watched the interviews post it. In my opinion, I think both Tuchel and Bellingham both said or did nothing wrong. I thought Tuchel, like, if we come off the and Tuchel gets really like Gareth Southgate style, just like sometimes Gareth Southgate felt like just happy to be here. Like that mentality, like it's a different. It's a different from a winning mentality. It's like I'd like be grateful to be in the position that we're in, but that doesn't mean like Tuchel said I've got expectations and we didn't meet them. We're grateful to go through, but people need to understand that Tuchel's frustration comes from if we go out tomorrow, everyone says Tuchel's top.
Yeah, that's it.
The other day, sorry. If we went out the other day, everyone says Tuchel's tactical. So
yeah.
Set the boys out with a certain play style that they haven't maintained. Obviously, you're grateful for the win. Like, what mentality are you going to tell the boys if you go on the interview and say, oh, yeah, I'm perfectly happy, yeah, nothing to go. You need to tell the boys out there because we want expectations to go beat Argentina and France.
Yeah.
And like the mentality of the team is like, don't sit like where we are. The ball moving side, possession was slow, ball moving side to side too much, predictable. We weren't breaking lines as consistent as possible. It seems like something bad happens and then we switch on.
Yeah.
Or we lose a goal. We can't really afford that against the top sides. But I actually feel like it's funny that you mentioned Arsenal because I actually feel like it's England and Arsenal this season is very similar. It's not always exciting, but they're getting results, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's whether it's going to be a Champions League final story or a Premier League story.
Yeah.
And that's how we're going to look at it. Because Tuchel has got tournament football is his thing. And
I agree with like both of you in terms of like the whole interview thing. I think like the media, like you touched on it, James, like they this is what they do in it. They try and blow things up. But ultimately, I think you're bang on as well, Ray. Like if you want elite environment, it's not nicey, is it? Like it's like you're pushing each other, challenging each other. And I think I quite like it in all honesty. Like, and like you touched on, James, Jude has obviously got a touch of arrogance, but that's why he's so good, isn't it? Like he can back it up. He's got that, whatever you call it, to like say that I am one of the best players. I am going to score this goal. He scored our last 4 goals in the last 2 knockout games. So without his goals, we're not getting through. Yeah, it's hard to like beat them with that stick, I think. So yeah.
And Bellingham can't take that personal. That comment's not about Bellingham. He didn't mention any names in that interview.
Yeah.
He mentioned the team's performance.
Yeah.
Right? And without Bellingham, we lose that game. So I think he said things directly how it was, and we have to listen. And then Gabriel Clark delivered that one bit of information.
Yeah.
That one line. Thomas Tuchel said, you guys didn't play well.
Yeah.
Give context. Like, But Tuchel likes the personality side of Bellingham as well.
Yeah, I agree.
They'd have gone in and like smiled about it last night.
You know what's funny, Ray, though? You know what is funny though? Like there was a second interview, I think, like it wasn't the one on the pitch, it was like, I don't know, back where they do the media. And basically like it was the same kind of questions, and then Jude basically like doubled down and like said it again. So yeah, that's what I find. I like it though. And like you said, I'm sure they would have like, just, wrapped it up in the change room. So
I'm sure Bellingham agrees.
Yeah, exactly.
You still win a game, and like think like it can be hard. Realistically, if we went out to Norway, 0 people would think that's okay.
Yeah, exactly that.
So we've got a high expectation for our club.
100%.
Yeah, you named Haaland, Regard, Olaf, quite ringer, to be honest. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Part of that, like the team we have, we can't keep saying the Premier League's the best league in the world when the 2 players who performed the best for us are not in the Premier League, and then the rest of the players were questioning even if they should be on the pitch. So we keep saying the Premier League's the best. Yeah. Is it? Like, do you know what I mean? We have to question that a lot of time.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out a lot more, I think, in these semi-finals, right? So I guess we'll put Norway to bed. We've got the result. That's all that matters in the end. And now, we've got our second World Cup semi-final in 8 years. So yeah, 8 years ago it was against Croatia, I think. And back then it was like, I think, Ray, you hit the nail on the head. We were like happy to be there type feeling when it was 8 years ago. Whereas now, like, we've had 2 World Cup semis in the last 8 years. We've had 2 Euro finals. We've had a World Cup quarterfinal against France 4 years ago. So we've been like in the mix now for 8 years, like minimum quarterfinals, semi-finals, finals. Like, we are a team that is about it now in terms of challenging in these competitions. So now it's all about the next step in it. Like, can we go that next step? Obviously win a final, but first of all, we've got to win this semi-final. So yeah, first of all, like occasion-wise, I'm buzzing for the game. Like, yeah, World Cup semi-final against Argentina, like, doesn't come around often. We've got so much history of Argentina over the years. To be honest, a lot of it we can't remember. Like, I think the last game was 2002, like we beat them in the group stage, but that's off the back of the 98 when Beckham got sent off and all this. And obviously the hand of God goes back like before any of us were born. So much history. But first of all, occasion-wise, Ray, where are you going to be watching it in Manchester?
I'm getting a bit torn about this one because I actually enjoy watching the game. It's so hard in the pubs and stuff. And I think I've been drinking a hell of a lot more recently just the World Cup songs. So it's like decision making, right? I think I'm going to try and have a few friends round and watch it at home and then ready for the final. I think that's what I'm going to do.
Okay. Nice. I like that. Yeah. You're gambling on the final.
Yeah.
That's good. That shows the mentality we need for tomorrow. Concentration. Don't get too hyped that are in the semi. I like that. Yeah. Setting the tone. James, you out and about in Windsor?
I will be out and about. Try and finish work slightly earlier to get in somewhere that will allow me before it gets too busy. And watched it down the pub in Windsor on the game Saturday night, and it was probably one of the best atmospheres I've seen in a game. Well, I was in Benidorm for the Congo game, so I can imagine that was booting right off. But what's that?
Yeah,
I drove down to Benidorm in the day when I was in Alicante. And I went,
okay.
This might be a bit too heavy for the game.
It was full on out there. But so hopefully have another one booked in for Sunday for the final. Beat the Argies tomorrow, and then I'll be uptown in London, I'm sure, get where there's as many people as possible.
Yeah, nice.
Manchester
I think this
weekend.
What's that?
Manchester was going off.
Really? Yeah.
It was the perfect timing for a game as well. I think like on a Saturday night, like it's 10 o'clock. Lovely.
Weather helps as well, innit? Like it's been pretty nice now for a couple of weeks. So that helps a lot. But I think like this is the country at its best, isn't it? Like when it's sport that brings us together, common goal. So wherever we watch it, like James, you just said there, it will beat the Argies. We're going to have to unpack that a little bit because I think it's going to be a bit harder than that. So like, James, how do you see the game shaping up? So obviously all the knockout games, we haven't won any of them convincingly. Even the DR Congo game was 2-1, right? Late winner. So like, how do you see the game shaping up? Obviously the GOAT Messi, like, how do we try and keep him quiet?
I don't think there's a way in how to try to keep him quiet. I think you just got to hope he's a little bit quiet more than anything. But I'm sort of confident. I think our team is so much better all round, but we should have the quality. But I've said that in every game, and our quality hasn't shown through. Well, individual quality shown through, but not as a team. But I can see this one going definitely extra time, maybe the whole way. I don't know if I'd be prepared for penalties. Be a hands over the eyes moment, that. But Bellingham, Harry Kane, got to trust in them, have faith, and hopefully they can get us over the line once more. Hopefully someone else can chip in. That would be nice. But
sounds like Declan's like fully trained like today. So hopefully he's a bit better.
I did see we're clean bill of health, haven't we? Apart from Henderson, obviously, and Quanta, but they're two at the squad you don't probably mind missing as much. So we shall see. But pretty confident, but obviously bag of nerves. And it's crazy that we haven't played him. Would you say 2002 last time?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
That is a long time. So,
or in the obviously,
old history replays so many years later.
So we'll see. Like obviously, first time Messi's played England as well. So Ray, like how do you see the game shaping up?
Right. So I think player for player, you go player for player. You probably pick a lot of our players first when you're going down the line. I think their midfield is a little bit aging. Like McAllister's not had the best season for Liverpool, and he looks like one of their stand-up midfielders. Messi can go a little bit quiet until those moments a lot of time. And although we're saying we haven't performed that well, correct me if I'm wrong, they went to extra time with Cape Verde.
And Egypt. Oh,
Egypt.
actually, did that go to extra time or? Yeah, I mean,
extra time.
Cape Verde did, yeah. And then Egypt, obviously, they had the disallowed goal, didn't they, Egypt?
Yeah, sorry. And then Egypt, like, were 2-0 up.
Yeah.
Or they're 10 minutes left. So,
yeah.
And it's interesting because I don't think we've played a team yet who haven't gone like directly for like the low block. And Norway a little bit more, but like a team that's going to come directly. It could be a bit of a back and forth football, which should be good. And it's interesting to see. I think James will start this game, so that would be good to have him back at right back. And I think like Declan Rice and Anderson, I do like them too.
Yeah,
as midfielders as well. Like although it's more defensively, I do enjoy it. It's just, and I think Gordon is shown that he starts now. Like creativity, he's creating the goals for Harry Kane quite consistently now, or creating the chances. Or being the left side with him and Rashford have looked better than the right side.
Yeah,
Saka's come on, and I think his performances are quiet.
Yeah,
so I think player for player, we can win the game. I think Messi's got brilliance. I don't think Lautaro and Martinez is like, if we can hold off Haaland, I think similar. I just think it'll be a bit of Messi brilliance.
Yeah.
I see us winning comfortably in 90 minutes.
Do you? Okay. Interesting. Yeah. It could go anyway. I think I've predicted like for at least 1 or 2 knockout games that would go to penalties, but it hasn't happened yet. But yeah, like if we won 2-0, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
But then if Messi like had 2 moments of brilliance, like as well, that wouldn't surprise you in it. So yeah, I guess it's set up like beautifully, really. And like James, like this is why we got Tuchel as manager, right? World-class manager, knockout football. This is where he needs to like shine as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's a man to get the best out of players. We've been crying out for this for years of Southgate, even though I'm a big fan of Southgate where he's got to us, but it was time to get that league manager and get us over the line. And yeah, like Ray said, Argentina haven't been that good as well, so we've got to take that into consideration. But the thing with Argentina at this World Cup is some of the decisions they've been getting.
Yeah, we're going to get into this.
Which we can't do anything about. If it does go that way, it could all just be coincidence, but the way it's shaped up, I think there's been a few questionable ones, but it's same across the whole World Cup. I think some of the VAR, some of the officiating has been at its worst, I think, with loads of new rules coming in and some.
Just quickly on that, Waltz, like what's your general thoughts on VAR? Like as a fan, do you like it or not? Would you have it in or not? Just straight question.
No, overall, no. I think I got to agree. Obviously, you got the Lampard ghost goal in 2010, and there's been so many other decisions. I think my club, your club, Ray's club, they would all have been a victim. Maybe not you so much, but they would have been a victim of wrong decisions without it. But I feel like there's just more wrong decisions still happening. So I think just take away the whole slowing down the game element of it and let ref without someone a million miles away telling you what is and what isn't a decision. Obviously, in some cases it works, but I'm a fan of pure football.
Just keep the game running. Yeah. What do you think on that? Like VAR wise, I'm interested to hear people's thoughts generally.
I actually think this is going to be a quite controversial opinion, but I actually think the VAR, not saying the refereeing decision, the VAR has been run better in the World Cup than it has in the Premier League. I feel like referees are quite stern with decisions. Like if they say, no, we're not looking at it, we're not looking at it. But sometimes I think that's a stonewall, right? But the referees are kind of consistent with like, if they think they go. Where the Premier League, maybe it's more games, but maybe it's more games to monitor it. With Premier League, it's like one decision goes one way, and I feel like all decisions in the World Cup have been like, we're not looking at it, or it's a pen. So you know what I mean? A bit more direct with if it's a VAR or not.
Yeah.
I feel like they're going to the monitor a lot less in this tournament. I don't know if you guys agree.
Yeah, maybe, but I think I think Waltz, you're probably saying this, like, especially with Argentina, isn't it? Like, all those 50-50s, and especially in that Egypt game, when it, like, the Argentina goal got given, and then the Egypt one didn't, and they were both, like, pretty soft, like, ish fouls. That was the one in particular that highlighted it in it, but, like, I know what you mean, Ray. Like, there's not been, like, loads of VAR calls, but the ones that have been looked at in those big moments, I think that's the thing bringing it to attention, maybe. Like, Waltz, is that what you'd say?
Yeah. I mean, the Premier League's probably one of the worst officiating that I've watched. I think the Champions League VAR, how they run it, maybe the technology got that is slightly better, is better than the Premier League. But I think the World Cup, I think it might have been the 2018 one. It was around then. I think it ran quite well in that one. But then I just think there's so many rules changing. And obviously it's hard, like, when all these rules are changing constantly and you've got different competitions with different rules.
Yeah.
Then it all becomes very some people probably aren't clued up to it. I might have appealed for a decision, can't believe it's wrong, when the rule book says that is how it is. But there's so many misinterpretations of it, and I think that's where a bit of confusion comes from. But
it's like clear and obvious.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, it's consistency. It's consistency, and like you get it from every single level of football. And I'm a little bit of a devil's advocate that I agree that it's a hard job to be a ref. It's very far, especially at that level. How fast paced it is, these quick little movements, and they're not going to get everything right. But at the end of the day, the man in the middle is always going to get a bit of stick in it.
That's it, innit? Like, so many decisions are subjective. Like, even in the pub, we'll argue, won't we? Like, half the people will say it's a foul and half won't. So it's like they're obviously going to piss some people off. AR is probably going to come into the game in some like area. Do you know what I mean? Like penalty or red card, it will get involved probably. But I guess like Ray, like you want to try and take as much out of the officials' hands as possible, right? And just do your job on the pitch and win comfortably, like you said.
100%. I think there might have been a bit of officiating rubbish when it comes to the Argentina game, but I think FIFA have got their dream top four. Like if they could have top four clubs, where in terms of views, in terms of noise, in terms of, I think they've got that now, and I think the eyes on these last two games of the final so harsh that if they keep trying to do that, it will just cause a massive uproar.
True.
What he did with Trump as well.
Exactly. Yeah, that's mad, isn't it?
And Balogun, I don't know if you guys seen that, but Balogun actually went up to the Belgian manager and apologised.
Really? I didn't see that.
The Belgian manager said, "It's not your fault."
Well, was that after the game?
Yeah, after the game.
Yeah, so I bet it was because Belgium won like 4-0. And they're like, "Oh yeah, don't worry about it." But imagine if USA won, though, innit?
Or he scored a brace or something like that. It'd have been crazy, and it's like something that is like unheard of. Like it literally said it is. I don't think they said it never happened before, is it?
Yeah, it's mad. Yeah, literally that's never happened with FIFA. Yeah,
and like the USA players are probably the same level annoyed. Like they're they're football players at the end of it, right? And they understand the systems and the rules and stuff like that. And for Donald Trump's powers to come and control and kind of ruin our game.
Yeah.
Again, it's just like his inability to just he didn't even know what a red card was.
Him talking about it was mental.
Like nothing to do with you. So I think they've already had a few controversial opinions. I forgot the FIFA president name, but he's
Gianni Infantino. Yeah,
he's got quite a lot of eyes on him. They're questioning if he should be in the role anymore.
Yeah.
So I feel like, and decisions go both ways, but we're just not focusing on the other. When we're watching England, we're never focusing on what we shouldn't have got, rather than what we should have got, right? And that's exactly what the other team did. Like the Norway fans post game were like, "Undeserved."
They were pissed, weren't they?
Pissed.
Yeah, because
they played great. Like
they did. Yeah, like
one thing you said before about the mentality thing. It's like it's reason why Arsenal didn't win the Champions League a little bit. Yeah, because that tournament, that final football, that heartbreak you get out of it, like the more you cut into the wounds, the better they're going to heal, and the better you'll become. And each World Cup we're getting better, or each tournament we're getting better. Yeah. And Gareth Southgate, like Tuchel said, I'm the manager. I'm picking who I want. Like I don't care what people's opinions are. And so far, so good. Like no one expected Dan Burn to be there. Not Harry Maguire to be at home.
Yeah, big Dan Burn.
He showed in the Mexican game why Dan Burn's there.
And what he totally.
And most clearances, and he played like 20 minutes.
Yeah. No, he done well. And like, I think you're bang on. Like we got a world-class manager in to make big calls, and like he's going to upset people, right? So then we can't then have a go at him when he makes them big calls. That's why we brought him in. So I mean, like you said, Ray, like the top 4 seeded teams are in the semi-final. So we're going to wrap this up soon so we can watch Spain versus France. Like what a game that is. And then obviously England tomorrow. So let's just quickly do our predictions then. Spain, France, Wolves, what are you saying? Like the French are looking hot, aren't they? What can you see Spain doing anything?
The France have been looked the best for me by a country mile. But Spain defensively, I think they've been the best so far. I think they've conceded the least. And I didn't think much of the Spanish when we played them in the Euros final, but they showed their quality. They got Lamine Yamal at the end of the day as well. He's some player, but I'd probably have to lean with France just because I think Mbappe's on a mission. He's on a warpath. Dembele, Elise, all of the players they've got.
Yeah.
So I reckon France 2-1, 90 minutes.
I think they'll do the job. Yeah, Ray, what do you reckon?
I reckon that I agree with Wolves, but I think it's like the best attack versus best defense. I think Spain have looked really good defensively. And I think my bold prediction is I think Lamine Yamal is going to have a man of the match performance, get a brace or get a goal and assist and shock.
Yeah, you're going for the shock. Yeah.
I feel like when these games come against each other, it really gives those wingers to play. That low block really nullifies a lot of their game.
Mm-hmm.
We know Lamine Yamal should score 5 past Cape Verde, but when you're sitting 10 in a box and the momentum starts building and you clear another ball, and the fans are going crazy. It's a World Cup, like the players are just going to perform. But if you give Lamine Yamal that space and that chip on his shoulder that you're trying to tell him that Mbappe, Elise, Dembele are all better than him, I think he's going to be the man to steal the show tonight.
Interesting. Yeah, I had a sneaky feeling Spain might do something, so I'm gonna jump on that bandwagon with Ray and say Spain are gonna do the French over. But yeah, look, we could look like idiots tomorrow morning. I'll cut this out if France win, innit? 3-0.
Well, I think France.
Yeah.
Just get that right.
Just record both versions so we look right in it. But no, it's gonna be a good game, man. Yeah,
end to end game, innit?
That's what the Christmas do.
Yeah,
if they put what they want in it.
Yeah, literally, innit? And that's the thing, innit? Like when you're at that stage now where it's 4 great teams, any result now doesn't massively surprise you, does it? Yeah, let's get that on soon so we can watch that. And then obviously big one tomorrow. What are we saying, boys? We've all got the 3 lions on our chest. Are we gonna do the business, Ray?
This guy, can you see him?
He got the Bellingham as well. Jeez.
Bellingham number 10.
Yeah.
I think this is a game to be won or lost in that midfield, and I think we've got the better midfield. Messi doesn't do enough off the ball.
Yeah.
So we should control. We should be creative. We've got England winning 2-0 in 90 minutes.
Oh, nice. I love that confidence. James, you're a bit more nervous, aren't you?
Yeah, a little bit more nervous. I think it was actually going to be high scoring tomorrow. I think that's just where it's going to go. But I think it's going to be 3-2 extra time. I think it's going to be 2-2 going into the after 9 minutes. I think Jude might be the man to get us that winner, or Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Either or will do. Big Dan Burn can score it for all I like, mate. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, we'll take anything. But yeah, I'll go. I've predicted it like every tournament game, I think, with England. I'll say penalties and we somehow win. So yeah, I think we'll take anything in it if you offered us any win right now.
Be a good way to beat them lot. Yeah. Be a good way to beat Argentina, that was.
I don't like Emi Martinez in goal. I think
that's true.
The good shot stopper.
Yeah.
His mentality.
Pickford's done well for us in the past, though, in penalty shootouts.
I'm not. It's not even Pickford I'm worried about. It's the guys who are facing Emi Martinez.
Yeah. Fair.
Outside the first two, the Kane and Jude. To be fair, Gordon. The thing is, you have these conversations and you think, who's still going to be on after?
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. That's it. If you're starting Saka, Gordon, they're going to be off probably. In the 80th minute, then we're subbing certain people to try and defend, and then we concede late, and then we've got 6 defenders against.
Yeah, that's it. But I think we keep referring back to it. Kane and Jude, like they're 2 of the best players in the world in their positions, right? We've got them, and I know obviously Declan was like half a man on the weekend because of illness, but like normally, like such an engine. Hopefully, he's back to some form of fitness. I think Elliot Anderson's had a pretty good tournament, very solid, right? So just like that in the middle, that's pretty solid. I know around it, you could argue is like not as strong, but just like those big 4 players, like in that area of the pitch, hope it could make a difference.
I think Anderson and Rice are quite similar. Like they're not really pretty footballers, just like so like
dog work.
That explosive power, the strength. I think they've both been. I actually am surprised. I don't know why. I think that Mainu is a little bit more creative. I think he's not going to do enough of the
covering the yards and stuff. Yeah.
Off the ball. So I think he's made bold statements.
Yeah. Just on that, Ray, because I know, like, obviously you're a Liverpool fan, aren't you? Like, what's your thoughts on Mainu? Because you've mentioned him a couple of times. So, like, obviously, do you think he's talented and like you're like wondering why he hasn't featured as much?
I think do you know what the thing is? I think he's really slow, but I think his turning on his like taking the ball in the half turn.
Yep.
Like not as fast, but different style. Similar to Ryan Gravenberch, like no matter when they receive that ball, they turn super well, and they creatively pass into the midfield. I just think that he was our standout. Was it last Euros in the World Cup?
2024. Yeah,
in the semi-finals.
Yeah,
he was a standout performer there. He's been arguably like one of the better players in United.
He turned United season around. Really, Carrick bringing him in was easy, like easy win. Yeah,
and then you're taking Declan off at half time.
Yeah,
I think you're moving Jude out of his best position. Maybe Jude could have kind of nicked the second one, and that game could have changed early on, or it could have helped because I felt like Eze was kind of quiet. And then he had to move Eze to the left wing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It felt like, and then James was on. Then James back.
It was a bit messy, wasn't it? Yeah,
messy, and we lost control. Like we won the game.
Yeah,
and we're all chanting Tuchel's doing an amazing job, but it looked like for a moment that if it went wrong,
daggers, right? The daggers were lining up ready for him.
And it's like, but what I liked about him is he kept making the changes.
Yeah,
like instantly. He wasn't letting the game get away, which is like all you can do. You shoot a shot and sometimes you miss, but I feel like he should. Like I feel like I'm surprised why he hasn't got any minutes. So, but Tuchel's got a system, he's got a style of play, and he'd rather put someone who's not as good in that position than keep his system, right?
Yeah.
Because Rich James a little more defensive. Say White's a little bit more stronger defensively than Mainu is. And then the creativity comes from the top.
Yeah, that's it. And like we said, it's results in it. So we got the job done. So no one really questions the main thing. But had we have lost, people may have questioned it more. So yeah, it will continue being a results business. Tomorrow is all about the results. So let's just go to dreamland for 1 minute before we wrap up. So whatever happens tonight in Spain, France happens. Obviously, France are probably slight favourites. Let's say England get over the line tomorrow. Then we have the final on Sunday in New York. England versus most likely France, possibly Spain. I guess if we could pick, right, we're picking Spain. If we can pick one of those to play, James, but still, that's a tough game. We lost that final 2 years ago. So just try and paint me a picture of how England can win this World Cup.
Showing that grit and determination I've talked about, showing that for 2 more games, another 120, 240 minutes, however many minutes you've got to play across them 2 games, get it done. Do it for the boys back home that have been supporting you, do it for the country, but it'll be difficult regardless of who we play. Like you said earlier, 4 top-seeded nations, they've set it out like that and it's worked first time. All 4 have come into it, and this is the 2 of the biggest lineups of a semi-final that I can remember in a World Cup or Euros. There's normally some other rogue nation or slightly less favoured nation in it. We had Croatia when we lost, which was the last semi-final we lost to. So we need to remember that going into this semi-final, what that felt like. Same with the Euros final, and hopefully Tommy Tuchel is the man to bring it home.
Yeah, nice. And Ray, final question to you, the big one: is it coming home? Do you truly believe we can do this?
I truly believe that we have a mentality of better footballers, of the mentality in winning players. And I feel like with Tuchel, it's possible. If you showed me this lineup and showed me previous lineups in previous World Cups, you probably wouldn't say this is your strongest. Stars make fights, and the golden generation didn't win anything. Didn't get out of most of the big games. And what it means to Jude, what it means to these players, the unity, I think it can come home. And I actually think I think France's defensive looks shakier than Spain's.
Yeah.
Our lack of creativity, I don't know which one we would rather.
That's
defend.
Fair.
And then we'd prefer France. And they're going to come more at us. We're going to get good opportunities to break. And that's where maybe the Gordon and Madueke works, with that space to run into. So I'm hoping it comes home. I think we're 100% getting to the final.
Do you? Okay, that's why. Let's focus on that first. Yeah. If we can get to the final, we've got puncher's chance, right, at the minimum. So
yeah.
Again, I think the favourites going into the game.
Probably. Yeah. It's just the Messi in it. He can just produce
double up.
Yeah. It's got to be in it. Man, Mark.
None of the rest of them have looked like McAllister scored a header.
Yeah.
From a corner, we've been pretty good defensively from set pieces.
I thought Alvarez would have been slightly better as well this tournament. I say better. He's still doing his part, but I thought he would have maybe stepped up a little bit. Now Messi's a bit older, but he hasn't as much. So hopefully he remains. He scored a great goal the other night, but hopefully he remains quiet and England are going to bring it home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to come down to moments in it, and we've got Kane and Jude. If the chance falls to them, you'd bet a lot that they'll take it. So yeah, we'll leave it there. Come on, England, the vibe's good, the feeling's good.
England.
Got to get over the line, and if we get over the line, boys, first World Cup final of our lifetime. That's how big it is. So come on, just whatever you need to do.
Get me excited now.
What I mean? Yeah, first World Cup final since 1966. It will be as well. So it's
60 years. I've seen that picture. Have you seen the picture they did of Kane with the trophy? And is it?
Yeah, Bobby Moore, is it? Yeah. They just
it looked like it's meant to be.
yeah. It wasn't a ChatGPT job. It was destiny, innit?
Yeah.
Cool. We'll manifest it. Come on, England. Come on, the boys. Yeah, let's get over the line. And fingers crossed, we've got a final on Sunday to look forward to. Boys, thank you so much for doing this. It's been great to have you on. And we're definitely getting you on next season when the club football gets going. Yeah, Liverpool, Arsenal, United.
Yeah.
Collins and talks to Liverpool, you not heard?
Oh, okay.
Finest, mate.
Tielemans done to United. That one came out of nowhere as well.
Yeah.
Great sign. Melia done to Arsenal.
Yeah. That's the thing. When this tournament gets wrapped up, the focus is going to be back on the club football, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, let's enjoy these last week.
Arsenal cooked.
You reckon?
Out for 4 months. Rice needs to rest.
Come on, look, we're all friends still for another week. We're all friends still for another week. Let's carry on.
Let's carry on. Let's go, boys.
Cool. All right.
Thanks for having us, Steve.
No, all good. Thanks for joining us on this episode, and we'll catch you on the next one.